Welcome to your deep dive. Today, we're diving into the world of Amazon transportation specialists.
Ooh.
And to help us navigate, we're tapping into insights from those who know it best,
Okay.
people prepping for these very interviews.
Smart. There's no better way to understand a role than to see how Amazon itself is evaluating candidates.
Yeah.
It's like reverse engineering success.
Totally. Okay, so right off the bat,
Yeah.
the video really hammered home this idea of practical skills
Mm-hmm.
over, that fancy degree in logistics.
Right.
It's all about thinking on your feet, solving problems on the fly, and really just having that knack for data.
Absolutely.
Not just crunching numbers, but using them
Yeah.
to make the whole system hum.
And it's fascinating how this plays out with Amazon Relay. Now, you've heard us mention it before. It's their platform for connecting with freight carriers and drivers, but it's way more than just a digital Rolodex.
More like air traffic control for the e-commerce age, right? They even mentioned the Amazon Relay app helps drivers reduce dwell time,
Oh, yeah.
which is like those precious minutes wasted waiting at loading docks, right?
You got it. And in a world where speed is everything, those minutes add up fast.
Yeah, for sure.
What's impressive is that they're optimizing for both speed and safety.
Right.
The app feeds drivers real-time updates on weather, traffic, even potential hazards.
Wow.
It's like a co-pilot dedicated to keeping those deliveries running smoothly.
Makes you wonder, though,
What's that?
with all this talk of efficiency, does anything get lost? Like, where does employee well-being fit into all this?
That's the million-dollar question, isn't it? And you know what? The prep material really hammered home Amazon's 16 leadership principles.
Okay.
They even use interview scenarios to test how candidates would handle disagreements.
Interesting.
Remember, have backbone, disagree, and commit.
It's like that
Yeah.
that tightrope walk of, like, voicing your opinion but then falling in line even if you disagree.
100%. And the example they gave about advocating for a customer refund.
Ooh, that takes guts.
It does. But notice, the candidate didn't just say, give the customer their money back. They focused on the WHY.
Right.
Improving customer service, preventing similar issues down the line.
Yeah.
It's that long-term thinking that seems ingrained in Amazon's DNA.
So it's not just about blindly following the customer's always right thing.
Right.
It's about understanding how each decision impacts the business as a whole.
Absolutely. And that takes us beyond just logistics and into leadership, right?
Yeah.
These transportation specialists aren't just cogs in a machine.
Right.
They're expected to think critically, analyze situations, advocate for solutions.
It's like they're looking for mini CEOs.
Right.
Not just someone to move boxes around.
Not just move boxes, optimize the entire system. And that's where those data analysis skills come in.
Yeah.
The interview prep even had a question about it.
Okay.
What are the most important skills for this role?
Right.
Analyzing data was right up there,
Cool.
but not just in a vacuum.
Right. It wasn't just about, like, being a spreadsheet whiz.
Exactly.
They want someone who can dig into the numbers, spot the trends, and then actually use that to make real-world improvements.
Yeah, 100%. It's not some abstract concept.
Right.
Think about the sheer scale of Amazon.
It's massive.
Millions of packages, thousands of routes, countless variables.
For sure.
A single data point, like optimizing a delivery route by a few miles, can have a massive ripple effect.
No kidding. It makes you wonder, though, with all this emphasis on data, is there a risk of, like, becoming too reliant on it?
Oh, interesting.
What happens when those algorithms encounter something they haven't been trained on?
Okay.
A sudden snowstorm,
Right.
a
yeah.
traffic pileup,
Yeah,
you name it.
that's where the human element comes in.
Okay.
Those leadership principles we talked about, like learn and be curious,
Right.
those aren't just for show.
Right.
They need people who can combine those data-driven insights
Yeah.
with on-the-ground problem solving.
Adaptability in the age of algorithms.
That's a good one.
Right.
Catchy. But it highlights a crucial point. This role is as much about people skills as it is about,
Yeah.
technical prowess.
Totally.
Remember that interview question about disagreeing with your boss?
Oh, yeah. Have backbone, disagree, and commit.
Exactly. It wasn't just about having the right answer.
Right.
It was about how you navigate that conversation.
Pushing back respectfully, having the data to back up your viewpoint,
Sure.
and then ultimately committing to the team's decision.
100%. It's a delicate dance.
Yeah.
Especially in a company known for its,
Fast-paced.
fast-paced, sometimes high-pressure environment.
Totally.
And that brings us back to Amazon Relay.
Okay.
It's not just a tool for efficiency.
Right.
It's the common thread connecting everyone in this logistical web.
Okay.
For transportation specialists, it's their mission control,
Got it.
giving them real-time visibility into the entire operation.
Okay, so it's like having X-ray vision into the delivery process?
Yeah, exactly.
But how does that translate into a better experience for the end customer?
Remember those reduced dwell times we talked about?
Yeah, saving those minutes at the loading dock.
That's not just about saving drivers a few minutes. It's
Yeah.
about getting packages delivered faster, more efficiently.
Right.
And that, my friend, is the name of the game in e-commerce.
It all comes back to speed, huh? Like Amazon's built this whole empire on getting you what you want when you want it.
It's crazy, right? It's like massive scale.
Yeah.
But somehow everything feels like hyper-personalized and instantaneous.
And behind that illusion of effortlessness
Right?
is a whole army of these transportation specialists crunching data, optimizing routes.
Keeping those packages flowing.
Yeah.
And they're not just cogs in the machine. Remember those Amazon leadership principles we keep talking about?
Yeah, like have backbone, disagree and commit.
Well, this one really stood out to me. Ownership. It's about thinking big picture, taking responsibility, not just for your own tasks, but for the success of the whole operation.
So even though they might not be like on the front lines, interacting with customers directly,
Right.
these specialists still have a huge impact on that customer experience.
Oh, absolutely. A late delivery, a damaged package, those negative experiences can make or break a customer, right?
For sure.
The transportation specialists, even though they're behind the scenes, they play a crucial role in preventing those hiccups.
It's like they say, you only get one chance to make a first impression.
Exact.
And in the world of e-commerce, that first impression often arrives on your doorstep in a cardboard box.
Precisely. And let's not forget about the human element here either.
Right.
Drivers are the face of Amazon for a lot of customers, and their experience matters too.
Totally.
The interview prep even touched on this, emphasizing the importance of clear communication,
Okay.
respect, collaboration with those carriers and drivers.
Because at the end of the day, it's a team effort, right?
Right. Algorithms can only take you so far. You need skilled, dedicated people to make those deliveries happen.
Totally. And that's where that Amazon culture of continuous improvement comes in.
Oh, yeah.
They're not just content with being good, they're constantly striving to be better, faster, more efficient.
Always pushing the boundaries.
Always. The interview prep even highlighted the opportunity for, professional development within the role.
Oh, interesting.
So there's room to grow, to take on more responsibility,
Okay.
to really carve out a career path.
That's huge, especially in a field as dynamic as logistics.
Totally. So it's not just about moving boxes. It's about being a data-driven problem solver, a leader, a collaborator.
Champion for the customer.
Yeah. And maybe, just maybe, a bit of a visionary
Yeah.
shaping the future of how we get the things we need and want.
It's a big deal.
Who knew a deep dive into interview prep could be so thought-provoking?
That's the beauty of it. We often focus on the destination, but sometimes it's the journey that reveals the most.
The most insightful.
The most insightful stuff. Exactly.
Well, on that note, I think we've reached the end of our deep dive into the world of Amazon transportation specialists.
That was a good one.
We hope this episode has given you a new appreciation for, the unseen forces that power our e-commerce world.
And the next time you see that familiar brown truck pulling up,
Yeah.
take a moment to think about that intricate network of people, data, and, sheer logistical magic
It's amazing, really.
that made that delivery possible.
Until next time, keep exploring, keep learning, and we'll see you on the next deep dive.